Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending today. We'll just give everyone a few more moments to jump on in and then we'll get started. Wait one more minute and then we'll get started. Thanks, Levy. Okay, we might get started. Thank you for joining me today. What we're going to do is walk through a presentation of SkillPASS's new contractor portal. We also refer to it as EPP. So I'll explain why we've changed, how to log into the home from the home page, employee profiles, how to add and remove, also how to mobilize your employees to APA, and then also we'll go through items that are requiring attention. So that would mean, any expired validations or qualification skills, that sort of thing. Managing your expiries, so making sure that your workers are kept compliant, and how to add user accounts, so adding other company portal administrators. There's also a new function, well, two new functions. One is company branching. So if you have multiple sites across the country, you can actually branch them to make things a little bit easier moving forward and getting those cards sent through directly to that site. And then you've also got the help desk. So that'll be a new function that's incorporated at the bottom of the portal where you can actually engage in a live chat with one of our support staff, just to make things a little bit easier. So we'll just continue on. Also, just to let everyone know, we'll be recording this session, so you can refer back to it at any point, or you can even pass it on to any of the staff that need to become a little bit more familiar with the system as well. Levy will be helping me with the chat, so if you have any questions, just drop them into the chat and he can help answer any of those questions as well. So why are we changing? Basically, at the moment, you guys would be very familiar to this system where you would be requesting your training, adding your employees, uploading qualifications, and then to mobilize your staff, you would be jumping into this Damstra portal. This portal is now one, which will feed back into the enterprise side of things, where APA will be able to view your workers that are mobilized to their site. It has a new fresh look and feel. So this is the new EPP. So what you'll see basically is you'll have the one login to log into this portal using just your email. And then it'll be, you'll basically see a dashboard set up so you can see your workers, and then you have the menu down the side here. So it's basically, with the system, it's a new interface, but all the functions are still the same, plus a couple of extras. Now, when we do go through the presentation at the end, the demonstration at the end of this presentation, I'll go through all the relevant tabs. My access level is a little bit different to yours, so we'll only go through what's necessary. So what we'll be doing is showing you how to mobilize your staff to APA site. So a mobilization is the same as, I guess, a registration. When you would generally set up a profile, you would register with SkillPASS. Now you would be registering directly to APA. Again, the system it's the interface that has changed. The process is still the same. You still follow the same steps, and it'll be located here So it's all the same information, and then you can book the training, you can make your payments all via this contractor portal. When you go to log into the system, you will all have access to it. You would log in via this URL, or you can click on the current banner that's located within the contractor portal up the top, which I'll show you when we go into the demonstration. You would just add your username is now going to be your email address, and the passwords are all still the same. This is what your homepage is going to look like. So you'll be able to see employee mobilizations in progress. You'll see here there's 18 that are requiring attention. If you needed to go in and fix any of that, that could be a document that may have been declined for whatever reason, or something that might have expired out. You would just click on that and it would directly take you to where you need to go. Sessions soon, but not yet confirmed. And then also the total amount in progress. So these are all click sensitive. So you can just click and it'll take you where you need to go. You're also able to mobilize an employee from this section. From here, you've also got your expiries on that home page. So you can see here that we've had 4 expires within the last 3 months. So you would just click on that and take you where you need to go. And then same here. So these ones will be expiring within the next 3 months. So it just makes it a little bit easier to manage your workers. Your main menu is down the side. Once you open these, they'll open up and expand, and you can just see, we'll click on each one of those as we go through. And then we'll continue on. So this is a demo profile. This is the one we'll be using today as well. So as you can see, this is her name, Mia. You can see her SkillPASS numbers located here. And then she's actually able to go onto 3 work sites and use 3 terminals. Her date of birth is located underneath. And then you can see she's also had 16 job titles assigned. If you want to see what those job titles are, you just click on that and it'll show you which ones are being assigned to her, and it'll also show which ones are valid or invalid. If it is invalid, it'll be red, and then you can actually just drill down and work out what's missing, what needs to be uploaded, and you would just click on that and then upload the appropriate documentation. Once you do upload that information or the documentation, that then gets sent through to our processing team, which takes 1 business day for processing, and then it gets applied to the profile. If for whatever reason it is declined, they will send you an email and also the reason as to why it's been declined. If you need to, you can always get in contact with us via that live chat, which we'll show you shortly, or contact us at admin@skillpass.com.au or give us a call. Now, how to mobilize your employees. You have 2 options. So when you go into the mobilization section of the platform, you can actually you can mobilize an existing employee. So that's a profile that's already been created in your system. So you would just go add an existing employee, or you would create a new one. If you go to add the new employee, it'll ask you to just pop in the details, or it'll give you a drop down list and you can select that employee. You would then write in this section with worksite, you write in SkillPASS, and then it'll come up with SkillPASS APA. You would select that one, and APA have one induction mobilization line. So you would just click on this button here and it'll bring up their contractor induction and then continue on. Excuse me. Then once the mobilization has been completed, then an email will get sent through within after that 24-hour period. So once you've completed this section, either setting up the new employee, which is just entering all those basic details, name, date of birth, address, next to kin, or selecting the person that's already currently listed in your company profile, you'll then go into the mobilization, and you've selected what mobilization you want. You would then continue, and this is where you would follow those steps very similar to what you would have done previously in the old system. So confirming those details, uploading a photo and photo ID, adding the job roles which are required under that mobilization. Now I believe that you'll have access to the training needs matrix which is located in the APA portal. So you can actually go through that and make sure that you're selecting the right job roles. And then you would also employee requirements. So if there's any other requirements that need to be added, you would add that section. And then you would go to pay and send for verification. So again, the payment is $75 per mobilisation license. So that actually would take the 24 hours to become active. Then if you have a look at the system, you'll see that there's items requiring attention. So it'll show everything in red that's still outstanding. So you'll just need to make sure that you are getting those green ticks so they are compliant prior to going out on site. What we can also do is we can run job role reports for you. So once you've got those job roles added, it'll show anything that's missing, anything that's going to expire within the next 3 months, and also anything that's valid. If you do require a job role report, please feel free to email admin@skillpass.com.au requesting that. As I mentioned before, when you do upload documentation, sometimes you might get something that's declined. You will get an email back from the processing team just explaining what the reason is. So you'll get an email, something like that. It's also located in the system as well. So you'll be able to see that. You'll be flagged in red. So you just click on that and you can continue on and you can re-upload the document. Managing expiries, again, you don't have to go through that long list. You would just go into this section here, which will then open up. It'll show you what's expired, when it expired, and then how to upload it. And it's as simple as clicking the upload button. It'll ask you to pop in the details, like if it's a driver's license, when is it valid to? You would drop the document and then upload it, wait for the 24 hours for the processing team, and then they'll have that applied to the profile. You also get a monthly reminder just to view those expiries, just to keep on top of things. So this is what it would look like, and it'll get sent to all administrators. To add a company portal administrator, you're able to have multiple on the profile. So you would just go into the system setting tab on the side. You would click create new company user, add a username, an email address, and then what access level you want to provide them with. So you can do a view only, or you could do an administrator rights, and that'll give the ability to edit company details and just also nominating which worksite the user can see. Then you would hit create new or create user. That would then send through credentials to this particular email address, and then the person would then essentially go in, change their temporary password, and then they can start using the system. Now we'll just touch on company branching. So this section here is going to be located at the top of the enterprise platform. So you'll see that there will be a drop down, and that will then allow you to toggle between, each one of the branches. You can have staff or allocated under. So if you've got like a New South Wales branch or a Queensland branch, Western Australian branch, you can have them all listed under here, and then just toggle between both, and then having your company as the main company. To add a branch, it's very straightforward. You just enter whatever you want to call your company branch name, add in all the particulars, and then you would go to create, and then that's it. It's all done. We do have a live chat. So basically, if you do need any assistance, you can jump onto the live chat function, which is located at the bottom of the company enterprise platform. You would then select SkillPASS. It'll ask you to put in your name and your email address, and then it'll ask you for a quick reason as to why you're jumping into the chat, so you get directed to the best person to give you assistance. Then they jump into that live chat function, and then you speak with someone directly. So the good thing is that live chat function is 24 hours. Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sundays, that's the time period there as well. You can always jump in and send us an email through to admin@skillpass.com.au, or give us a call on our main phone line, and we can provide you assistance that way as well. So that's the presentation today. What we'll do now is I'm going to run through the actual system itself and show you what that looks like in a live environment. So you'd all be very familiar with our website. So this is how you can log in. You can go to skillpass.com.au, click login. You would hit administrator. And then at the moment, you guys would all be logging in with this blue button here. And this is the old system. So you've got the URL, the new URL, which will drop into the chat. So you've got that. Or you can log in this way, which is the old system. So we'll just let it do its thing. So this is the banner I was talking about. You can just click try here now. Now that system is going to be available for use in terms of creating new profiles. However, the training function is no longer in that system. Booking or training will now need to be through the EPP or the enterprise platform. I'll just change over. So again, I'm going to have a few different controls here, but I'll just go through the ones that you guys will need to see, and we'll use Mia as our test. Okay. So we'll have a look at branches really quickly. So as you can see here, this is the name of the company, or your company name will be here, and you'll all be able to toggle between any of those branches. So I could click on here and it would just take me in and show me only any employees that are associated with this particular branch. So I'll just go back. Then you've got your mobilizations needing attention. So this section you would just click on, you can see it highlights and it'll bring up anything that needs attention. I've got 16 that need attention yet to send for verification, confirmed and cancelled. If you want to open up and explore what they are, you would just click on that and it'll show you everything you need to see in that section. You're also able to mobilize an employee from this section, which we'll touch on in just a moment. So I'm just going to go back to the home page. Then you've got your expires within the last 3 months, and then you've also got the ones that are going to expire in the next 3 months. So you can actually just come into here. I can see that there's going to be 4 qualifications that need to be adjusted. Just let the system do its thing. So you would just click here. Looks like this fellow here needs to have this expired on the 6th of October. So you would just click upload, drag the file in there, add in the start date and expiries. So you can either select today, if it's going to be as of today, or if it's no expiry, hit this section. Is this document a card or a license? Yes or no? And then you would just send for verification and wait that 24 hours. Go back to the home page. It'll show any sessions or events that are scheduled once you book your training sessions. And then you can also go to mobilize an employee from this section or check all the expiries from this section. Then if we go down to the menu, the 3 functions that you will be using is workforce management, online lessons, scheduling, and then system settings. System settings is where you'll be able to see company branches, view your company details. You'll be able to edit these as long as you've got administrator rights. So you can update all this information. You've got company branches. So it'll show who the admins are, branch details, and there's only the one branch there. If you want to create a new branch, you would click on this section, enter in all the particulars, very straightforward. So branch name, then you put in the branch contact person or the manager, and then you would just fill in all the information like so. Once you're done, you would hit add branch and that would create the branch, and then you can allocate your employees under that. Then you've got user accounts. So this is the section where you would create a new company user. So you would go to here, enter in that name, the email, which access level and site, and then create new user, and that's going to then send through those login credentials. In this, it'll give you a list of who your current company portal admins are. So you can see here I've got a few admins and then a few view only. It'll show their username, their email addresses, I guess of what they can see. And then if you want to drill down on that, you've got details in here as well. You can change their levels. You probably wouldn't use these ones here, but these are the two that you would basically be using. Let's go back here. Then you've also got, so that's at the administrator level. Then you've got the employee users. So this section is basically going to be all your employees, and to ensure that they can actually jump in to use the SkillPASS mobile app, they'll need to have a valid account. So you just go through here, make sure that they've got valid accounts. If they don't, you can push that out, so they basically get an email sent through. If you get stuck, you just have to, so you basically click on this section and then send out the email. If you get stuck, just send us an email through to admin@SkillPASS and we can push that out for you as well. And then you've also got here any history changes, so that'll show any changes to the company portal users. So that's everything within the system settings section. Now what we'll do is we'll go and have a look at the workforce management tab. You'll use this one quite a bit. So, excuse me. So this will give you a list of all your current workers. It'll show a photo, their name. You can access their profile by clicking on this or clicking on the profile tab in a moment. And then you've also got their SkillPASS number there. So I'm just going to go down to our test profile, which is Mia. There she is. Then we'll go open her profile. Okay. So from this section, you'll see Mia's details, that she can attend 3 different sites. She's got 14 job roles assigned to her, and this is the company she works for. You can view her QR code and scan it this way. And you can click on more to remove her. So if she's no longer working for your company, you can remove her from that portal. It won't delete her profile from our system. It'll just remove her so she's not sitting under your company portal anymore. If for whatever reason you did need to have her come back on site and work for you, then you would just contact SkillPASS. We'll send you through a transfer request form. You just need to get Mia and the company portal administrator to complete that transfer request form, send it back to admin@skillpass.com.au along with some photo ID, and then we'll get that process for you. That generally takes about 1 business day. Then if we have a, so I'll just show you with the job roles. So you can just click on this section here. Load. Perfect. So as you can see, there's quite a few job roles in here for Mia. It'll actually show the work site, the mobilisation, and then the job role assigned. So this one's fine, it's got the green tick. However, this one is not. These skills are missing, and then you'll be able to drill down on basically these, or these red ones or the green ones, once we go into the job role side of things in just a moment. But this will just give you an indication of what they look like and what's missing at first glance. Then what we've got here is mobilisation. So just to make things a little bit easier, you can see that Mia has 10 different mobilisations attached to her profile. If you scroll down, you should be able to see them there. So there's 4 active mobilisations at the moment, and there's these ones here that are needing they've got invalid requirements, and that could be a fee hasn't been paid or something's expired. So that's when we would go back in and we drill down on that and have a look and see what it is. So if we clicked on this one, It'll give you a summary of what's missing, and then you're able to go in and get those uploaded to the profile. And that'll give you the drill down on what actually needs to be uploaded. So I'll just go back to the profile. Perfect. Okay, so then in this section here, you've got their skill records. So you'll be able to view all their qualifications and comms. So if you just click on this one, it'll show everything that's attached to the profile. You can expand it. You're able to upload qualifications from this section. And then that's the same with communications. And I'll just go into this section here. It'll show anything that's expired. You're able to view and delete. And if you we'll click on this one, for example, there's a skill there. So you actually get a view of the skill if you open it up. Just go back to Mia. Now, you won't really need to have access to these tabs at this stage. That's something that you will use this one, but yeah, at the moment, we'll probably bypass some of these ones. We'll go straight into employee details. So this is all Mia's information. You can edit her details. You won't be able to update her date of birth. That's something you'll need to contact SkillPASS for. And then once it's all been updated, it'll get sent. You'll need to send it through for verification. It can take about 24 hours to reflect. And that's everything that you need to see on the employee profile. Then what we'll do is we'll just open up mobilizations. So this will show all your active mobilization requests that are sitting there waiting to be processed. But what we want to do now is that you've got a profile in the account or in the system. We want to mobilize your staff to APA site. So you would click mobilize an employee, begin mobilization. You would select, is it an existing employee? If it is, you'd click this one and you'll be able to go and select from your list of employees. If not, then create a new one. It'll just take you to the next page will be entering in all the employee details, but we're going to use Mia as an example. So I'm going to find Mia's profile. There she is. The worksite, type in SkillPASS, and it'll come up with SkillPASS APA. And then it'll automatically open up that contractor induction for you. So you just select that. Now Mia has the induction all ready to go, which is great. So then what you would do is, actually what we might do is I might do another one just so you can see. And then it'll allow you to go to the next page. So again, the steps are all very similar. So basically you would just confirm the employee details. So basically anything missing in red will need to be updated. So you would just go in and fix all that information and complete company details. It'll then ask you to assign job roles. So you'll be able to click, so that'll automatically take you to this section. Now, if you are creating a new mobilization, the system will now automatically save what you're already working through. So you don't have to start the process all over again if you get distracted or you haven't got all the right information right then and there. You can come back to it later. So if we're going to add some job roles, you would just go to that section here and it'll give you a list of all those APA job roles. Now you can, as I said, get access to the training needs matrix in their portal. So if you do get stuck, feel free to go through there and then you can assign the right job roles or contact your APA contact person, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you select which ones are required for your people to go out on site. Then you would add any employee requirements. I'll just bring that up for you. So uploading any documentation that is required, whether it's a white card, you would upload it all through this section, and then any online training that's required. Once you've done that, you then continue on with the pay and send for verification, wait the 24 hours, and then they're good to go. So that's the mobilization side of it. So that's basically now you'll be mobilizing to APA site, you'll be selecting the job roles, and then you can continue on to make the payment, then book any inductions that are required. And we'll work on booking inductions in just a second. So we'll go here. Okay, so from this section as well, you can view any of your company documents if you have company documents, worksite documents, worksite information. So if we click on this one, you can see all the information for contractors. Then if you go back to, oh, sorry guys, where is it there? Okay. Employee expiries and company expiries. So this is basically a main function that you'll be using within EPP. Then once you've got your profiles mobilized, you would then go and book your induction. So you'd go to online sessions scheduling. It'll give you a snapshot of what's been booked once you've got stuff in the system, and then you could click on schedule lessons. Would select worksite, which is APA. It'll give you all the APA trainings. You can select multiple. It's not one at a time anymore. So I'll just select this one and this one for the moment. You can send it to all employees or you can select it to an individual. It'll give you the drop-down list. You can select more than one. So we'll go here. And then you would pay for the schedule lesson. Once it's been paid for, you will need to wait between 2 and 4 hours for that to be sent through via email to the worker. And that's how the inductions are booked moving forward. Okay, so that's the online session. So I'll just go back here. Then you've also, so that's you mobilizing your staff, that's booking your training. And then you've also got that live chat function down here. So if you just click on it, it'll automatically open this window. You just click SkillPASS and it's going to ask you just for basically enter in your name. It'll then go into the second part where it's going to ask you to enter in your email address because you'll get a transcript of the conversation that you have with the support team. And then it'll ask you to just put down a basic inquiry. It's a little bit of a drop down and then you'll get directed through to the best person to speak to. Generally, the chat's picked up within about a minute or two. But yeah, very straightforward. But that's essentially how you're going to mobilize your staff to an APA site. So that's the training on the system. You'll need to send through any requests to have job role reports through to admin at SkillPASS, and we'll be able to generate those for you and get them sent out. But that's pretty much everything in the system at this point. So any other questions, guys?